Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jim, and as you guessed it, yes, we will be dropping them. Okay, so I want to bring you this video about the sisterhood and how they love to keep their friends single. Okay, so I was on Crimson Cure's channel. Shout out to Kendra. If you don't know who she is, her channel is the Crimson Cure. Um, she is also a debunker of feminism, and she teaches what men should do, how they should vet their women, and also holding females accountable for their actions as it revolves around feminism. So check out her channel. Please like, share, and subscribe to her channel as well. I'm pretty sure she would really appreciate it. But shout out to the Crimson Cure. So I found this video on her channel, and it's about a female talking about how her single friends are the reason why her marriage ended. And I'm going to play the video, and then I'm going to give you my take on the situation. So let me share my screen. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, and here we go. Should married women hang out with single women? No. Great question. No? Why not? Yeah. Why? Because I got married about 8 years ago, and a lot of my friends were single women. They played a big role in with my marriage feeling. They wanted me to be outside, eat a beef. I want to be in the house cooking, cleaning. My friends is all like, "Oh, you acting funny. You can't come outside. You let it rule your life." But these are my friends that I had for 15 plus years. I'm caught in a bar because if you leave me tomorrow, my girl's gonna be the ones to hold me down. They're gonna be wiping my eyes with the tissue. Now, isn't it just y'all against the world? Yes, but so why did your friends even come up to that kind of a stance? I don't know. I like this. Okay. So that was the video. Y'all heard her, right? Y'all heard her say that her single friends played a part in the demise of her marriage, right? But that's not true. She allowed them to be the downfall of her marriage, right? She wasn't 100% in on her marriage to begin with, okay? Because if you allow your friends, and I use the term friends loosely, if you allow your friends to enter into your marriage and they're bashing you because you're a kept woman, they want to see you miserable. They're miserable. They want to see you miserable. Why do they have access to what's going on in your marriage to begin with? There's a fine line between what goes on in your life, what goes on in your marriage, the type of information that you should share with them, and the type of information that you shouldn't share with them. There's no reason why your friends should know what's going on in your marriage. Whatever happens between you and your husband, that's between you and your husband. The problem arises between you and your husband. The problem is solved between you and your husband. And that's the problem. We don't know how to shut up. We don't know how to keep people out of our business. They had no reason to know what was going on between you and your husband. So you allowed them to have an opinion about your husband when they didn't even know him. Shout out to your husband for seeing your friends, again, use the term loosely. Shout out to them. Shout out to him for seeing your friends for who they really were, who they really are. They don't rock with you for real. No friend wants to see a fellow friend miserable, sad, upset, anything. Nobody wants that. So those are not your friends. If they ridicule you for being a wife, you are dedicated to your husband. Your husband come first, period. Your husband come first. And no, I don't think that married women should have single friends. And I also think that married women should vet their other married friends, because with women, it's always a competition, no matter what the situation is. We're always competing. Even if our friend group is a bunch of married women, we're always competing and comparing. Oh, your husband do this, my husband don't do that. Your husband got you a 2 carat ring, my husband only got me a 1 carat ring. What your husband doing that my husband not doing? It's always gonna be something. So I think that even if you've been friends with your friends or been around these group of females for 15, 20 years, that does not necessarily make them your friend. These are people who want to see you miserable. And I guarantee you, if that man wasn't on nothing, didn't build nothing, wasn't creating anything, didn't provide for you, didn't protect you, they will root for you to give him a chance versus you having that man with standards and boundaries and who benefits you, who motivates you, who can help you transition into womanhood. They're gonna root for the guy who you have to take care of, not for the guy who's taking care of you. You see what I'm saying? Because those are the type of guys they attract. So they want to keep you in the boat with them. So that way, if anything happen, anything fall, y'all depend on each other. But y'all don't even like each other for real. That's the sad part about this whole situation. And y'all saw her. Y'all saw her. She's not the most attractive chick in the world. It's not a bunch of dudes lining up to marry her. That was her last train going. So you're not the most attractive, don't look like you take care of yourself, you're a party girl, so you lack responsibility, and there's not a lot of men to line up that's lining up to whip you into shape to become the woman that you desire. So you gave up your man for a bunch of females in your clan that don't even like you. You heard her say, if he leave, my girl's gonna be right there to wipe my tears. That's sad. That's a bad thing. That's a bad thing, because now you thinking about your husband leaving you, but you're not thinking about these chicks leaving you. Because if you think that if one of the chicks in your circle get a man who she feels is worthy, and he say, look, I don't want you hanging out with them, you better believe she gonna choose him over y'all. You better believe that. So you gave up the only man that you was gonna ever get for these chicks that don't like you, don't want to see you succeed, want to see you miserable and unhappy and sad. So now they know that you're a joke because you chose to give up your husband for them. They know you a joke. They not gonna take you seriously. You know what I'm saying? And it's so sad. It's so sad that it's boiled down to this when it comes to females feeling like they have to choose their man or their clan. It's insane to me. I don't get it. And so now you can't blame them because you chose them. You didn't choose your husband. So for not you can't blame them for breaking up your marriage. You have to blame yourself because you chose your clan over your man. So now you back out here in the streets single, which she was 1 foot in her marriage anyway. Let's be honest. She was 1 foot in her marriage. So her friends gave her an excuse to be out. And so now let me tell you what happens when you encounter a man and you're not used to encountering men in your life, right? We get uncomfortable. We grew up without our fathers. We grew up without any man, male role model around us. We saw our moms get ran through. We saw them dealing with different guys that did not like them. And we grew up to repeat the cycle. Okay. So when we encounter men, and I mean men who are building, men who are competent, who who are dedicated to themselves, dedicated to their lifestyle, men's men, you know what I mean? And when we encounter them, we get so scared. We get so intimidated by that because we're unaware of it, and it makes us uncomfortable. So we run. And so as that man was trying to level her up, she started pulling away more. She was looking to her friends to talk her out of being in that marriage. She was already 1 foot in. She looked to her friends to do exactly what she knew that they were going to do, which was talk her out of it. Now she's regretting it because now she's alone. That man done moved on. He don't want her no more. He done moved on. She ain't found nobody, even remotely close to what he was able to give her, what he was able to elevate her to. She has not found that. Back in the streets, getting ran through all over again. So you need to evaluate your circle of friends because now she knows that her friends are not really her friends. Your friends want to see you win. They don't want to tear you down. Your friend should have told you, girl, don't tell us what's going on, what's happening in your relationship. Go talk to him about that. Go resolve that issue with your husband. Why are you talking to us about this? Instead, she hopped on the train right with them and they did exactly what she knew they were going to do, which was tell her to leave her husband. And we going through that right now with Samantha. Shout out to Samantha Lee. And we going through that right now with her. Okay. So it's just sad. It really, really is. And so I just wanted to bring y'all that video. I haven't really been on here. I've been working on another project, getting into real estate. So I haven't really been doing, too many videos, but whatever piques my interest, that's what I bring to you guys. And this is what piqued my interest. So let me know what you all think. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you on the next video. Thanks.